So day 2 and the food. We went through all the deficit stuff yesterday, setting out like a plan, making sure you've got some goals, making sure you've got the right kind of framework. This is now the food, okay? Now, I said before, like, consistency is the most important thing when it comes to weight loss. In terms of losing weight, the most important thing is that you burn off more than you eat 90% of the time. In terms of being able to stick to it, where you get those calories from is the most important thing, okay? So, as an example, we said before, average female burns around 1,400 calories a day naturally, and you're always going to do a little bit of activity. You're always going to go to work or pick up the kids from school or do something. You're never just going to lay in bed all day, or at least not all the time. So, 200 calories you'll burn off just doing like minimal activity. So you're always going to burn off around 1,600 calories, realistically. Okay, so if you were to eat 1,500 calories, you're always going to be in a bit of a deficit. You'll be in a tiny one if you don't really do anything. You'll be in a bigger one if you're more active, or you'll be in a really big one if you do a workout. Okay, I always get people to use MyFitnessPal. I think it's the best thing in terms of accountability, being able to track what you're having. It's the easiest thing to use. It is probably the only one that educates you as well. You learn what is good, what is bad. This is better than I thought it would be. This is good if I was having 2 of them, but I'm having 5 of them. It's the most flexible way of doing it, because you can clearly see, you can have within reason whatever you want, providing you stick to your numbers. Okay, and that's the big thing to remember, is the principle of weight loss is be in a deficit, burn off more than you eat. It's not Slim and Well, Weight Watchers, shakes, cleanses, whatever. They are the thing that allow you to be consistent. So the reason you lose weight is because you're in a deficit, but the reason you can do it consistently is because you like Weight Watchers or Slim and World or shakes or whatever it is. And that's why some things work amazingly for some people and horrendously for others, because you need to be able to stick to it. It needs to suit your own lifestyle or tastes or stuff like that. That's why diet is super, super personal. So these things we're just going to go through now are ways for you to consistently be in a minus number. They're guidelines, they're things to give you that apply to everyone, and they will make a massive difference and make it long term, make it easy to stick to, because none of these that we're going to go through are massively drastic changes. They're just being more aware, making better decisions, and because it's a smaller change, you can stick to it. We're not suddenly cutting out all booze or all chocolate or all crisps or all biscuits. If you do that, again, you'll get fantastic results for 2, 3, 4 weeks. But as soon as you go back to eating them, you'll put it all back on. Okay? So, like I say, 1,500 calories. What I try and get people to do is, if you were to eat 1,500 calories of just good food, rice, chicken, salad, vegetables, all that kind of stuff, you'll get really good results. You'll have good energy, your workouts will be good, but it is hard, okay? This is the kind of person who tries to almost be too healthy. Home cook everything, do really well Monday to Friday, but then the weekend comes, you binge, and you basically undo all the healthy stuff that you've done throughout the week, okay? So, what I get people to do is, if you're going to have, say, 1,200 calories of potatoes, rice, chicken, salad, good stuff, filling stuff that gives you energy, this is enough good stuff that you're not hungry, your workouts are good, and you can stick to it. And then 300 calories of treats. So chocolate or wine or biscuits or whatever it is, ice cream you want, whatever it is. But this is enough of a treat to stop you going crazy at the weekend, but it's not so much that you end up going over the top of your total calorie number. Because if you're having like chocolate bar on a Wednesday, you might have a bag of crisps on a Thursday, wine on a Friday, that's enough to stop you going crazy at the weekend. If it's not, then you need to prioritise, you need to go back through your goals, because if you're letting yourself have lots of little things throughout the week, you shouldn't need one massive big thing every weekend, okay? But in order to know where you are in relation to that, how much of this you've had and how much of this you had, you do need to track it, at least in the beginning, okay? And then after a while, you just know this has got X amount of calories in, one of these is 200 calories, and you just get into the habit, you get into the routine. As you build up a little database, it becomes even easier, and the videos below show you how easy that is. But MyFitnessPal, 100% recommend. In terms of guidelines, stuff you need to try and stick to, portion size is a big thing. This is something where when you go out for dinner a lot, it's hard to control because they'll generally give you big portions, and if you order food, you want to get your money's worth, so you will try and eat the whole thing, even if you don't want it. Also, you probably have a pudding, even though you know you don't need it. So, portion size, and it's more important for certain things than others. A portion of veg is 30 calories. So if you have double, that's only 60. Does not really make a massive difference. You don't even really have to weigh that out. But bag of rice or cup of rice is 200 calories. So 2 cups would be 400. That is a big difference, okay? That is important. And again, when you're just measuring out the pack, or cereal is another one, twice the portion size doesn't really look too different, okay? So you just got to monitor your portion size. Try not to think of stuff as healthy and unhealthy. Just think of it as high, medium, low amount of calories, okay? Obviously, again, the better you eat, the more you can eat. You can eat a lot more salad for 500 calories than you can chocolate, okay? But, obviously, if you just ate the chocolate, there's not a lot of food and you'd be hungry. If you just ate the salad, you would have loads of cravings, you wouldn't be satisfied, but you'd be full. So, again, it's just balancing the two. In terms of breakfast, you can have an omelette, say, 2 eggs, egg whites and ham, is only around 150 calories. Big bowl of porridge, 300 calories. One is not healthier than the other, it's just more calories. Same with lunch, if you get like a sandwich, egg cress sandwich, Tesco's, it's about 250 calories. A salmon cream cheese one, again, not necessarily that unhealthy, is 500 calories. Still a sandwich, and one of these isn't really going to fill you up more than the other, it's just more calories. Again, same with dinner, you can have chicken and rice, 400 calories, steak and potatoes, 600 calories. No one of these is necessarily less healthy than the other one, it's just more calories. And I'm not saying don't have any of these stuff. If you have an omelette for breakfast, you can probably have a steak for dinner. If you have a big sandwich for lunch, then you're going to have a smaller dinner, okay? Again, it's just sensible stuff. Same, and that goes on to the next point. Timing. You can have big meals, you can have small meals, you can have them early, you can have them late. It does not matter as long as you can stick to it. Do not try and have a big breakfast because it stokes your metabolism and it gets you off on the right foot and all this kind of stuff. If that then causes you to still eat loads of shit throughout the day. I tend to either have a very small breakfast or I don't have it. Because I always get super hungry around 9, half 9. Because I'm here in the evenings as well, it suits my lifestyle for me to have smallish breakfast-ish around 11, then I have something else around 2, then I have something else around 4 before I come here, again all fairly small, and then a big dinner. Someone else, that would be horrendous for, but for me, that's how I do it, because I can stick to it. So, do not worry about timing or portion size. Again, the overall number is the most important thing. Avocado versus Mars bar. This is a good example when it comes to, again, healthy, unhealthy, and the differences between the two. Both of these things have around 300 calories in them, okay? However, because an avocado has lots of good fat and lots of fibre, it fills you up a lot more. And also, it's perceived as a healthy thing, so you're more likely to have it with salmon and water and lots of other healthy stuff, so the meal will have less calories in it. Mars bar, because it's got lots of sugar in it, it's not very filling. You could probably have 2. And because it's perceived as unhealthy, you could probably eat that with a bag of crisps and a Coke. So you have more calories throughout the whole day. And also, if you have avocado for lunch, you're more likely to have a healthy dinner. If you have Mars bar for lunch, you think you've messed your day up and you'll have a takeaway for dinner. This is the big thing. Even if you did have a Mars bar, 300 calories out of 1,500 is nothing. You have by no means ruined your day. As long as, again, you have sensible lunch, sensible dinner, you are 100% fine. The only time you're not fine is if you think Mars bars are bad, chocolates are bad, I've ruined my day, I fucked the whole thing up, and then you go and have a takeaway, which is then 2,000 calories. Now you have messed your day up, but not because of the Mars bar, it's been your reaction to it has caused you to go over your total calorie number. And again, it's just about compromise. If you have a chocolate bar, then don't have a beer. Well, this is a better example. If you go out for dinner, if you have 3 courses, no alcohol, 2 courses, 1 glass of wine, 1 course, 2 glasses of wine. However you want to do it for that day, however you feel, whatever the occasion is, just do it like that. Again, all about just being sensible, really. Treats. So we said if you can get around 300 calories, that's awesome. There are 2 ways to get your treats. You can either have the same treats you like, just slightly less of them, or a better version of that treat. So a good example is ice cream. Magnum is around 300 calories. A Cornetto is about 220. A Solero is 120. Okay? Still ice cream, still treats, but you can have 2 Soleros for the same as a Magnum. Coffee is another good example. A cappuccino is like 280 calories. A latte is 220. Flat white's 80. So you could either have a cappuccino once a week, a latte twice a week, or a flat white every day. The total calories comes to the same. You just have to make that decision based on how you feel, how your week's going, what social stuff you've got on. Again, just be sensible, be organised, prioritise. Don't just have it because you can, but that's how it works, basically. And again, MyFitnessPal will help teach you about these things. That's how I know that that happens, because I used to buy Magnums, and then I just got in the habit of trying to find better treats that I like. And now I can have twice the amount for less than I was having one for. This is a good one. Nothing is unlimited, but nothing is limitless. Okay, so most people, when they're trying to be healthy, they either eat like Snacker Jacks, go crazy on those, or fruit is a big one. So, a banana is 100 calories. I made that look like 160. 100 calories, okay? Hobnob or a chocolate biscuit is about 80. Okay, but because you think fruit is good, fruit is healthy, if I eat lots of fruit I lose weight, you go and eat a crazy amount of fruit. If you have 5 bits of fruit a day, which is what the government recommends, that is still 500 calories. Whereas if you just had 3 biscuits, that's 240. You'd probably rather have the biscuits. There's something you actually want, they'll satisfy you, you can have them in your breaks or at lunchtime, whatever. And it's half the amount of calories than if you're trying to chunk down a load of fruit. Because what happens here is you eat all the fruit, you're still not satisfied, then you get in a traffic jam, or something goes wrong at work, and then you have the biscuits as well, and then you've eaten half your whole calorie amount, and you haven't even had a meal, okay? So, again, don't think of things as healthy, unhealthy, don't cut out stuff, just, again, be sensible portion size, don't think of it as healthy, unhealthy, just be aware that crap food is less filling, essentially, and you can eat less crap food for 1,500 calories than good food, okay? But, as long as you do not go over your number, that is fine. Again, if you have a big breakfast, have a small dinner, same vice versa. Do not think, fuck it, I've ruined my day, I've had a chocolate bar, I've had a glass of wine, I've done this, I've done that. Again, just be sensible throughout the rest of the day, and you'll be fine. Nothing is unlimited, regardless of how healthy it is, but there is nothing that is limitless. So again, just make sensible decisions, track your food again, at least to start with. And then what happens is you will start making consciously better decisions, okay? If you have tracked your food and you've got to the end of the day, you have 400 calories left over, okay? And it is a toss-up between a glass of wine and 2 biscuits and a big dinner, big like roast, like a chicken, vegetables roast. Okay, you will start to actively choose the roast because you're hungry, you want more food for your calories, and you're in a good routine. So because you start consciously making that decision, it becomes a lifestyle choice and it becomes easier to stick to. Because most diets or eating plans, you still want chicken, all the crap, you still want wine and biscuits and stuff like that, you just force yourself not to have them. Whereas with this, you are now actively choosing the good food because you're hungry, because you know you've only got 400 calories left, and that is either because you've had a bad thing throughout the day or you've just eaten a lot of food that day. Okay, but that is the big thing. You are consciously making that choice. And then again, builds consistency, builds routine, keeps you, then you start to lose weight, builds motivation, all the stuff we went through yesterday. But these are the main tips, okay? But the bottom line, again, is the deficit is the most important thing when it comes to losing weight. But where you get those calories from is the most important thing when you're trying to stick to it. If you try and eat 1,500 calories of amazing food, you're more likely to binge at the weekends and you'll deny yourself stuff and it's not very sustainable. If you eat 1,500 calories of shite, you will be hungry, you'll have low energy, your workouts will be terrible, and you'll eat too many calories. Okay, but just apply all these things. They're all very small, but again, if you knock off 50 to 100 calories per rule, per guideline, that is easily your pound a week deficit, okay? If you go down, there is 2 videos just going through how to use MyFitnessPal, how to add your food. It's super simple. Again, if you're not in the Facebook group, join it. Any questions, let me know. I even get people to send me their food. So if you're ever unsure about anything, just Facebook message me and I will give you a little critique or some help or whatever you want. But again, apply these, scroll down, go through the videos, and then tomorrow is the exercise.